My tiramisu, according to all the people that have tried it, thousands of them, they say it's the best. By trade, I was not a pastry chef, but because I've been in the food business all my life, I have developed what I think is a very sophisticated palate. My name is Giovanni, and I was born in a small city in northern Italy called Asti. Food was a topic at the dinner table almost on a daily basis. Part of it is Italian culture, and part of it, I think, is the culture of my family. When I became a little older, I decided I wanted to see the world. So I went first to hotel school, and then I went to work on cruise ships. And then I came to America. I was in the catering business in Beverly Hills for over 20 plus years. I did events with a lot of movie stars.
He had this incredible career. He catered for everyone from Elton John to Tina Turner to Ella Fitzgerald, but it just became harder as he got older.
Several months before COVID, I was really going through a very difficult time. I had not yet recuperated from my daughter passing. That was the most traumatic experience in my life. I also was going through a divorce, and I had lost my balance, if you will.
My dad was doing pretty bad financially, and he's older, and in 2019 he had gone through a small homeless bit, and he didn't really have a place to stay, and he was surviving on very, very little. It was hard for him to find work at his age, which was 70. He was in a very rough shape, and he had talked to me about not really having a will to live, which is a very heavy topic, and it can be incredibly difficult for seniors in big cities who maybe don't have a lot of friends or family close by.
Everything was a haze. Nothing was very clear for me at the time. But several months before COVID, my younger daughter, Isabel, asked me if I could make a tiramisu for her birthday.
I have a few memories with my dad that are specific to tiramisu, more than anything else he's made, and he's made pretty much everything for me.
Another layer.
I remember being very young, and I was probably 5 years old, 6 years old. I couldn't even stand, to reach a kitchen counter height. And we were in his kitchen at his old restaurant laying tiramisu, lady fingers down, and making a tiramisu and dunking the espresso. And, he was teaching me how to do this so meticulously. And it's a really sweet core memory. And he made it for me on several occasions for my birthday.
I had made tiramisu for her as she was growing up through junior high every year. But I had not done it for a long time. So I thought, yeah, well, let's do it.
It was something that felt like a comfort food that you don't buy. So when it was my birthday, I think I was just really I just really gravitated towards the idea of having something that brought me back to my childhood, but also made me feel like the kind of love I had then, And I knew that he wasn't working, so it was a really nice experience because the first tiramisu we made together in quite a long time was in 2019 in the kitchen, and we made it the same way we did when I was 5 years old in his kitchen.
When I put the first layer, it doesn't have to be perfectly inner. I made it for my daughter, and I made more than we need. I made for about 40 people. And she invited 15 or 20 of her friends.
And I ended up giving it away to neighbors and friends, even the postman, and everybody loved it. And it was kind of something that was born out of spontaneity and a little bit of desperation, where I took some really bad photos and I threw them up on a few Facebook groups and Nextdoor. And I just put out the truth, really. I said, hey, my dad's been down on his luck. You know, he's 71 years old. He came from Italy, had this beautiful career, but the purpose of this story is that he makes this amazing tiramisu. And I think more people deserve to try it. So if anybody wants to buy it, and the goal really for me at the time was just thinking I could help him with his grocery bills for the week.
And then a couple of days later, she called me and she said, I have ordered for 6 or 7 tiramisu. You want to go in the tiramisu business? Right out of the blue. I said, okay.
I really had no idea what was going to happen. And I think the first week that I put it up, we got around 100 orders, which was huge. I think I had posted it by June of 2019. And by July, he had a full-blown business.
See, this is where we make them, huh? And then I put them there. Generally, I make them, I freeze them so that that's the most beautiful part, is that they stay perfect.
He manages and runs every aspect of the business, from making it to answering emails to picking up calls to delivering it. He's really a one-man show. One really cool thing is when we first started in the first year of business, we were receiving emails from his customers, from people he did weddings for and people he had catered for in the 80s. And they found him again through this small business. And one of them, who he did do her weddings, she found him again and she orders every year religiously on her anniversary and on a holiday. He's kind of known as like the Tiramisu Dad, but I think it was both a shock to him and me, because people had read this story that I had put out there and they would meet him and they would want to take photos with him or hug him. And he just felt like, wow. And the responses were just overwhelmingly positive.
This changed my life for the simple reason that I'm driving all over the place. I'm always busy, and you know, I'm 75. And so that has kept me going, alive, you know, moving, which is what you need to do when you get old. Because when you get old and you sit down on the couch, that's it. But when you move, you actually become younger because your body responds, you know. In my mind, crazy enough to think that I'm 25.
Purpose is so important, and so is hope. And feeling wanted and having hope for the future is also part of the whole equation of life, I think. Having these orders come in, meeting these people who are excited to meet him, you know, working in something that is his, that he has autonomy in, it just reinvigorated him. It brought back this childish nature that he really does have. And having his smile brought back by purpose, you know, and having that purpose was honestly like the greatest gift.